First, I need some dry sea sand, which is naturally coarse and abrasive. Next, I'll need some lemon. I simply cut the lemon in half and squeeze out the juice into a small container. One lemon usually yields about 2 to 3 tablespoons of juice, which is enough to clean a small to medium-sized rusty item. If you're working with a larger surface, you may need to squeeze 2 or 3 lemons to get the right amount. The natural citric acid in lemon helps to soften the outer rusty layer, making it easier to remove. This acidic property not only loosens the rust, but also reacts with the metal oxide, helping to dissolve it gradually. When combined with abrasive materials like sea sand, lemon significantly boosts the clean effect, leaving the metal surface smoother and closer to its original shine. Next, I'll add a little water. The water helps to slightly dilute the lemon juice, making it easier to spread evenly over the metal surface. It also allows the mixture to soak more deeply into areas with heavy rust. I only need just enough water to submerge and cover the entire rusty area without weakening the cleaning power of the lemon juice. I give the mixture a good stir to make sure the lemon juice and water are well combined. This helps distribute the citric acid evenly throughout the liquid, ensuring that every part of the rusty surface gets the same cleaning effect. Here, I have a spark plug, a drill bit, and a flathead screwdriver bit, all of which are heavily rusted. The rust is built up over time, forming a thick, rough layer on the surface, especially around the edges and grooves. These tools are perfect examples to test the effectiveness of this natural rust removal method. Now, I'm going to soak them in lemon water, first to help soften the outer layer of rust. The citric acid in the lemon will start breaking down the rust, making it easier to scrub off later. I'll let the metal parts sit in solution for a while, so the acid can penetrate into rusty areas, especially in the grooves and tight spots where rust tends to cling more stubbornly. I prepared a small glass jar like this one. You can use an empty jam or honey jar for this. These jars are usually made of thick glass and come with a metal lid, which makes them perfect for this kind of project. So I can create a hole. To do this, I measure across the lid to find a midpoint from both sides and mark where the lines intersect. That's the exact center. Use a drill to create a hole in the lid of the jar. Make sure to secure the lid firmly in place, either by holding it with a clamp or placing it on a stable surface, so it doesn't slip while drilling. I'm going to prepare a wing nut set here. This includes a bolt, a wing nut, and possibly a washer to help secure everything tightly. The wing nut design makes it easy to tighten or loosen by hand without needing any tools, which is convenient for adjustments. I'll attach the wing nut set to the lid of the jar. I insert the bolt of the hole I drilled earlier, then place a washer if needed to distribute the pressure evenly. Finally, I screw on the wing nut from the other side to secure it tightly in place. After 2 hours of soaking, the rusty items have had enough time for the lemon solution to work its way into the corrosion. The outer layer of rust is noticeably softened, making it much easier to scrub off. You may already see the rust starting to loosen or flake away, especially in areas where it was lighter. Now it's time to move on to the scrubbing step, to fully clean the metal surfaces. Now it's time for the cleaning step, using sand. And begin scrubbing it over the rusted surfaces. I'll place these items into the glass jar. Just add a sufficient amount of sand, enough to cover the items, but not so much that it overflows or becomes hard to shake. Attach the glass jar to the drill. Make sure it's tightened firmly so the jar doesn't wobble or come loose during spinning. Once attached properly, the drill can rotate the entire jar, allowing the sand inside to tumble and scrub the rusted items thoroughly from all angles. This turns the jar into a simple but effective rust cleaning tumbler. You can use a zip tie to hold down the drill's trigger switch, so you don't have to keep pressing it manually. Just pull the tie tightly around the trigger and handle to lock it in the on position. After 10 minutes of spinning, I'll stop the drill and open the jar to check the results. It looks like the items aren't fully cleaned yet. The rust is still cleaning some areas, especially in the grooves and tight spots. That's completely normal for heavier corrosion. I'll place everything back in the jar, seal the lid tightly, and continue spinning for a bit longer. After 30 minutes, I stop the drill and open the jar once again to check the results. This time, there's a noticeable difference. The rust has been significantly reduced or even completely removed from most surfaces. The items are now completely clean. All traces of rust have been removed, even in the small crevices and tight corners. The metal surfaces are smooth, shiny, and look almost like new. There's no rough texture or reddish-brown residue left. Just clean, bare metal. The combination of citric acid and abrasive sand is